I'm ready to teach you more. Let's have fun and explore. Pipsy!
Hi everybody, it's me Pipsy, and today we're going to be painting. Do you like to paint? Awesome! Before we get started, we have some tools and paints that I want to show you, and then we'll walk through them. Ready? Let's get started. First, we've got this blue paint, and you know blue is one of my favorite colors. And then my other favorite color, yellow. Look at that. So cool. And then do you know what color this is? That's right, it's green. Great job. I love the color green because it reminds me of nature, being in a forest. And then next we have red, just like red apples. We have the color white. And next we have these cool spray cans. So this one's of course a yellow spray can. And listen to that. It makes that funny sound. We have a blue spray can and it makes that same sound. And then next we have our brushes. And we have an assortment of brushes. Some are small and then some are bigger. But this has got to be the biggest brush I've ever seen. It's bigger than my head. Look at that. So we're gonna be using that later. And then we have these paint rollers, and I'll show you how to use these as well. And along with the paint rollers, we have the paint roller container where our paint is gonna go. So now that we've been through all our tools and paints, I think it's time to get started painting. Ready? Yeah! Okay guys, I have my gloves so that my hands don't get all messy. Feel free to put on some gloves as well. And you know, one thing I love about these paints is like the colors are like magic. You know, you start mixing paints and the colors suddenly change. So that's one thing we're gonna go over today as well. Let's take a quick look. We have our blue paint. Oh wow, this is cool. I can't wait to show you this. We'll take our brush and we'll just dip it in. Look at that. The way it glistens in the light. That's gonna look nice. So we've got our blue paint there. And then next we've got our yellow paint can. So with the yellow paint can, we're gonna use this paint key to get the top open. Let's give it a shot. Works like a little lever. Put it there, and then lift. Oh, it's coming up. And then just kind of make our way around. There we go. We're getting closer. Give me a hand, guys. Ready? And we're gonna pull 1, 2, 3. Good job. And look at all this beautiful yellow paint. Vibrant. So you get a better idea. We're gonna dip. Wow, look at that. It almost looks like mustard, but don't eat it. Okay, next we have this beautiful green color. Remember that? Take a look at this. Wow. It's like the color of a Christmas tree. That's beautiful. Remember what color came next? That's right, we have our red color. Next up, we had our white paint. Look at the way that glistens. So now we're gonna get to mixing and see what we can come up with. Ready? Awesome! Okay, let's see what happens when we start mixing paints. The first one we're gonna do is this white paint. We're gonna mix it with some red. Look at this. Nice. What color is it gonna make? Oh, Oh, you see it changing already? What color is that? Pink! Great job! And then our next color, red, what should we combine it with? Let's try yellow. Put some of that yellow in there. And we can mix it up. And mix and mix and mix. What color is it gonna be? Oh, I think I see it changing a bit. Orange. That's so cool. And next we have our green. I think we should try red. Let's try it with red. What do you think is gonna happen? Add a little red, and we mix. Stir it up, stir it up. You're doing really good. It looks like it's turning the green darker. Let's add a little bit more red and see if anything comes up. There we go. It's definitely turning out darker. And I think a little bit more red. How's yours coming along? Excellent. Okay, we're back. We're mixing and mixing. Oh, you see it turning now? It's starting to look like almost like a rust color, like a brown. That's really neat. You see it? Okay. Okay, and our next color is yellow. Let's combine it with blue. Put that blue color on there. And let's mix it up. Wow, look at that. It's starting to turn green. That's so cool. Did you expect it to turn green? That's neat. And our last color here, blue. Let's see what happens when we combine it with red. So we've got our red paint, add it to the blue, and what do? That's right, we mix it up. Whoa, it's turning purple. That's so neat. So now we know what colors we can combine and their magic powers. Okay, kids, now that we've mixed our magic paints together, it's time to move over to the canvas. I wonder what I should paint. I know, I'll paint my name. You could feel free to paint your name or whatever else you like. And for this, I'm gonna use this super big brush. Remember, this is the one that was bigger than my head? That's cool. Come on, let's go over the canvas. Ooh, it's always daunting staring at a blank sheet of paper, but let's dive right in. Look at that! Okay, so what I'm planning on doing is going in with the big brush, and then I'm gonna fill in all the little details with the smaller brush. Let's do it. Whoa! This is so much fun. I'm so glad you guys are painting with me. All right, it looks pretty good, but I know we could go in there with the little brush and make it look even better. What do you say? Nice! And here's my little brush. Cool. Nice. Let me see yours at home. You're making some great progress. Keep it up. How's it looking so far? Great. Okay, not bad. So far, I think we could still fill in a little bit more details with a smaller brush, and maybe we'll even do an outline. Let's give it a try. Look at this, it's a paint roller. So we've rolled it in the paint, and then we're gonna move it along like this. Okay, progress check. Looking good? Nice. All right, kids, great job. We finished my name. Now we've got to go over it with a blue outline. But before we do that, let's let it dry. I have something else that's really exciting though. Remember those spray cans from earlier? Let's break them out. So I've got my blue spray paint and I made this stencil of a star and we're gonna put it around my name. Sound good? But before we do, remember, safety first. I have this mask so I don't get any paint in my face. Whoa, check it out. This is so much fun. Neat. We also have our yellow paint. So let's add some yellow stars. I like it. I think I could do some at the top too. Wow! I love these stars. They came out great. Now that we finished up with the stars, let's go to do our blue outline. So now it's time for our blue outline. We've got our paint prepared. Look at that blue paint. Let's do it, come on. And we're gonna go around the outside of the letter. So far, so good. For this top one, I really gotta reach. Help me reach, guys. Ugh. You're doing so well. Keep it up. Okay, we've got our first letter down. Now it's time to do the rest. Let's get started. Nice, I love the outline. It looks great. Thank you so much for your help, guys. Now remember, we went over a lot of colors today. Do you remember what this color was? That's right, it's blue. And how about this inside color here? Yellow, great job. Wow, guys, we went over so many colors today. Let's review them really quick so that we know that we have them locked in. The first one we learned was white. Do you remember what this one was? Red, very good. How about this one? You know this is one of my favorite ones. Blue, great job. This color was a brownish color. How about here? Here we have pink, which was a combination of the red and the white. Orange. Another favorite color of mine, yellow. And here we have the red and the blue mixed. And what color did that make? Purple, very good. And our last color, our beautiful nature color, green. You guys are too smart. Great job. Well, we reviewed all the colors. It looks like it's time for cleanup time. Would you mind giving me a hand? Thank you. It looks like we got all cleaned up. Thank you guys so much for giving me a hand. I had a blast painting with you all today. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, if you'd like to check out more of my adventures, just type in or look for me, Pipsy. That's Pipsy. Pipsy. Bye.